Hello everybody, welcome back to the SalttyShow, and welcome back to our Total War Empire campaign as the French with the amazing Durango Overhaul mod, episode 14. Hope you guys are doing well today, and if you are, like and subscribe as always. Without further ado, to catch you guys up in case you missed it, I highly recommend you check out last episode if you did, as we had the Battle for Malta, where our French expeditionary force led by Nicolas Lefebvre here secured the island and the fortress within, probably getting rid of one of the hardest factions to actually mitigate the threat to. We are now using their said port to bolster our expeditionary fleet, or our Mediterranean fleet led by Pierre Surcouf. And we have gone through a couple turns, and as you'll notice, I've also acquired Sardinia. I did that through buying their land. Thankfully, the Spanish were willing to part ways with it, with a very large payment and quite the technological agreement, we would say. We have made them a little stronger. However, Spain is one of our dear allies, and I don't think we'll be trying to go to war with them anytime soon. So the land we can purchase off of them in Europe, the better, as we will have plenty of warfare to go around in the coming turns as we basically eye up the rest of Europe, and we'll have to pick and choose our enemies. As it does appear, it will fall to us. We do have new trade fleets arriving. Everywhere as we speak. If we go to war with Portugal, they're going to have a fleet there, duly noted. We'll have to factor that in. But Corsica and Sardinia are ours now, and our forces are kind of just licking their wounds and dealing with basically public order issues. Malta will be an issue for just a little longer. So while we're waiting, let's go ahead and continue building up our fleet. We have some 6th rates, we've gotten some 4th rates in recently, same for the 5ths. We've got quite a few 3rds. For the final couple, let's just go ahead and throw in some... Let's go ahead and throw in just 3 more 5th rates and call that fleet done. Our economy is just kicking off, by the way, considering we are able to handle this giant influx of ships that we're building, because we are maintaining 2 fleets now, as we're building up the new one, the Atlantic Fleet, led by Jules Messier. We have 2nd rates, 3rd rates, and we're building some 4th rates, and we're also building a new expedition force led by Nicolas Douillet, and it's got some pretty solid units. Hussard de Berkani? I butchered that, I do apologize. We got some Marines, we know they're good. These are actually experienced from our early campaigns. And then we have 6 line infantry so far. So with that, I think we're actually primed to get another horse artillery. Yeah. We'll grab one more piece, so that will leave us with 5 slots. We have 3 light cav. We have 6. We need at least 2 more line infantry. Perhaps not. Perhaps. I wonder what the engineers will be doing. Accuracy of 37, their range is 80. So they're not very accurate. We could grab a skirmisher. Perhaps we will. We'll grab a skirmisher. We obviously need some grenadiers. That's another 4 units. That'll leave 2 open. Deadly close range. Let's grab... I feel like the amount of cav we have is plenty. If anything... If anything, I'd want to pick up... Do I want an engineer? We're going to grab an engineer. We'll grab 2 engineers. They'll make up the 2 extra line infantry units. Despite the fact that that's not their primary job, it should be okay.
Votre Majesté.
Our missionary job in Hanover is going splendidly. Who's actually at war with Hanover? Because Sweden... I see, so Sweden, I guess, is launching some offensives down here, considering they've taken damage. Same goes for Denmark. Well, we'll be keeping an eye on that situation. Meanwhile, I am actually recruiting a different force in Morocco. A new force, primed with some colonial line infantry. We're going to keep the Dragoons and the African Musketeers. But we are going to grab just one more. I might actually grab a cannon. And then a general. Gabriel Cusney. He will guard Morocco from Spanish incursion. Our garrisons across our kingdom don't really need anything else. I don't want to pick up any more line infantry. I don't want to hit our maximum. That is something we're going to have to pay attention to. And we're almost maxed out on our colonial line infantry as well. Excuse me. We can actually get provincial infantry for Malta. That's good to know.
À gauche, à recevoir vos ordres. À vos ordres.
We have another 2 turns till they're done. So we'll keep them there for now. About 3 grand in the bank. Let's go ahead and continue building up our trade fleets and move about our business. We're definitely not going to be doing any sort of research giving. We've talked about this in previous episodes. I don't want anyone to have the research advantage over us. I think early on we had to deal with a revolution and we had to deal with a lot of public unrest due to our commitment to research centers in France. But it's definitely paved the way. It's paved the way for us to gain, I think, a massive leap in technology over our adversaries. So we've got 4th, 3rd, and 2nd rate ships. Let's go ahead and grab just a couple 5th rates. I don't think we're going to go 6th rates. We might. They do offer speed. One more turn and that army will be done. We'll have a new army to send somewhere. The British do have a force. I wonder what they're doing. Britain's also invested in some fortifications for all of their cities. Sheesh. They are very worried about their island falling to assault. Truth be told, that's probably what they should fear. I am a little concerned. They got some 24 pounders. I don't see a massive British fleet though. That is a positive. Alright, with our 16 grand in the bank, is there anyone willing to part ways with a settlement? I would really love if Courland was willing to part ways with Tripolitani. Somehow they are closer to the tech than we are, or we're just not allowed to give it to them. I feel like this is extremely generous. God, Jesus, dude. Oh, haha. Obviously, it's no. Did I just give them that but not select the region? I just gave them that and I didn't. Oh, no, no, tell me it ain't so. Oh, you're kidding me. Oh, no. Oh, I can't believe I recorded that too. Everyone's gonna, oh God, you all are gonna eat me alive when you watch this. That is so bad. I made the biggest YouTube error ever. I didn't read the diplomatic. Oh my God. All right, well, we're gonna just try to move on and ignore that. Oh, that's gonna haunt my nightmares, folks. Holy crap. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. You know, after receiving that big of a gift, you would think they'd be willing to maybe part ways with their useless backwater province. Especially if I'm willing to pay them even more money. We'll do with everything we have in our bank. No, you're joking. You're actually joking. Okay. We'll do this. I'll tell you what. I will part ways with 5 grand for the next 5 turns. If you give me that region. Okay. One more time. I'll give you that. I will give you 4 grand for 5 turns. You give me there, and I'm going to threaten. Wow. You, sir, have some balls. Jesus, man. All right. Well, let's talk to our dear friend in Spain. Perhaps they're willing to give us Naples. We'll make your ships better. I am willing to pay out the ass for... Oh, Naples is way too expensive. I don't think they're ever going to part ways with that. Yeah. That one was a little understandable. A little understandable. If we wage war with the Ottomans, we will be going to war with potentially Persia, Georgia, Sweden, and the Mughal Empire. Britain has no allies. We could go to war with Britain. That would make quite the stink. Same goes for Austria. We could Poland, Russia, Venice, Bavaria wouldn't. Okay, so Courland would put us at war with Poland only. Savoy's ally was the Italians, Poland, and Genoa. But we could launch an Italian offensive, claim most of the region for ourselves. Maybe we'll follow Napoleon's. The thing is, if we go to war, we're going to go with the Ottomans, Georgia, Persia, and the Mughals. That's going to put us quite the large target on our back. And then if we go to war over here, it's going to do the same. If we pick this one, it'll lock us down to being at war with multiple. If we pick this one, we can at least avoid war with the Ottomans and the rest of the East for some time. And Hessen and Wittenberg are not allies to Savoy or the Italian states. Or who are they? Hanover, Bavaria, and me. Austria, Bavaria. Okay. A lot of very big players. We're running out of small fish to fry that aren't protected by massive empires. I think Savoy is going to be our next target. We could target Portugal. Truthfully, we could kill Portugal off. That would, more than likely, though, tie down an army for quite a while. Let's... We already have the army ready to go. I do not want to keep this force here, though. But granted, if Spain can't take down Portugal, do we really think they're going to pose a threat to us later? I'd like us to kick off the war for Italy, to be honest. We have a force in Malta that could attack the Italian states. We have an army ready to take Savoy. They'd be able to They'd be able to pincer Genoa, and then we could push towards Venice with our combined might. And that would give us 4 regions total, and most of the Italian peninsula. It would put us at war with some larger states, I believe, if we went to war with Savoy, unfortunately. I know I've been talking about this for a minute now, but let's see. Yeah, the Italian... Okay, so mainly Poland. If it puts us to war with Poland, it should put us to war with Courland. So we would actually need to develop another expeditionary force down here in Tunis. So I'll tell you what, let's actually go ahead and start doing that. Give me the last 2 colonial infantry that we can get. Our garrison force at Morocco is set and ready to go. With them, we're going to need to, I guess, get some Cairo Guard. We could actually just grab some... Let's actually grab just some Grenadiers. And we'll see. We won't need much to take the region, but we do need to be able to hold it as well. And then, of course, our massive fleet here will be able to engage the Genoese trade fleet. They do not have a proper navy. Savoy basically doesn't either, and the Italian states for sure won't. Poland might be developing a navy. They do have a naval port, but I don't see any naval presence from them yet. So we'll need to be cautious, but optimistic there. So let's go ahead and march our new force southwards to the Fort Burgess.
Oui.
And Sir Nicholas Douillet will lead the assault. Meanwhile, our forces elsewhere will prepare to go on the defensive. We have at least 2 turns to where we're going to need to wait it out. Let's see. While we're waiting, let's go ahead and grab another trade fleet. That should suffice. War is coming to Italy. We are gonna go on a bit of a conquering rampage, I do believe. Yeah, we got more 5th rates. Our economy is starting to slow down just a tad bit, so I think we're going to wait on building up that fleet anymore.
En attente de vos ordres. Prêt à recevoir vos ordres.
Man, these guys really could not be more upset with us, could they? Tell you what, give me some provincial line infantry and we'll see what happens.
Hommes, en avant!
They've got one more turn until we have our little forces there. go ahead and upgrade where we can, what we can, with our new tech. The music is so pleasant. It honestly sounds kind of quiet today, but we're not in battle, so that makes sense. Alright, with that,
Oui, monsieur. En avant.
keep moving our expedition
Pour la couronne
force.
et le pays.
Les yeux sont les vôtres. Personne ne devinera.
I want to actually
Objectif
spy on
négocié.
these, on Venice and Rome. Get an eye for what they're going through. And we're going to move back. National debt, yeah. We're obviously going to suffer further reform crisis. Yeah, as you can see. So we definitely need to
Oui?
get this army out. We need to get it out of Paris, and we need to get it out of Paris ASAP, because the next revolution we face, I think we're going to swap to Revolution, and that's going to kind of trigger the downward or the uptick in hostilities as we seek to state our claim to the entirety of Europe. I knew there was another. Yeah, there we go. I knew there was another vineyard somewhere. We are building. Tell you what, with our extra money, let's go ahead and just stack those. Do you think we do it again? Yeah, why not? We'll stack the fleets. We are going to hog the trade lanes and ensure no empire can gain the bounty of the world as our kingdom, well, our republic might soon develop. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Alright, let's link up here. Alright, that's another fleet to get going. Excuse me.
Vos ordres, Votre Majesté. En attente
Nicolas
de vos
Douillet
ordres.
is ready to assault.
Autre chose? En avant. Votre humble serviteur.
They're sitting at -6. I really do wonder.
À vos ordres. Marchez.
If we left the dragoon, if we leave the dragoons, it's literally negative.
Oui, milord.
We're leaving the dragoons.
En avant. Pour la couronne et le pays. En Monsieur. avant. Marchez.
All right. They're ready. Give me a new general here, Louis Bernard Robespierre. What a awesome name. Honestly, I only see a 3.
Immédiatement.
This is a little riskier.
Préparez-vous. Marchez.
Hissez les gars, hissez haut.
Yeah, you're fine.
Hissez tout.
Votre Majesté,
Les ordres.
votre volonté.
Okay. They don't have an army. Venice, neither
Prêt
does
pour l'action.
Venice. You're ready.
À vos ordres.
All right, we are ready. Let war begin. The Huron backed out. Genoa joined them. The Italian states did not. Truly unfortunate for
Monsieur.
you.
Préparez les troupes pour la bataille.
They will make their way to Savoy.
Vos ordres, capitaine.
And if you're not going to attack, then we will land and go for Genoa.
Préparez-vous pour la guerre.
Oui, oui, monsieur.
Prêt pour l'action.
This poor trade fleet is going to get demolished.
Prêt pour l'action. Nous arrivons, capitaine.
Troupes,
For
en
now,
avant.
I'm okay with this
Oui,
force
madame.
not being needed just yet. It'll allow us to build up a little bit more of an army here. Getting some artillery and some much needed cav.
Quelle direction, capitaine? Que le diable les prenne
Oh,
juste
okay,
au
damn.
dernier.
Our two forces have landed and they are ready to engage the enemy. We did suffer a bit of a trade issue there, but that's fine. I think we're just going to keep the money in the bank and end the turn. That would be quite against my interest, Austria, if I was to ally with you. We are going to upset the world state. And I cannot believe the natives...
Vois l'ennemi en vue.
Ooh. Oh my, what did they think was going to happen? Well, folks, this is quite a pleasant little contention point. The invasion for northern Italy has just begun. We have our battle against the Savoyan garrison that is brazenly sallying forth against us with a... I mean, they do have some line infantry. They actually have an army of line infantry. This little unit here is okay. They are roughly 200 less than our troops, but I do think we outmatched them fairly well. But either way, a battle is a battle, and a land battle nonetheless, where they are the aggressors. And I can't wait to secure northern Italy and eye up for future conquest. But this is where I'm going to leave today's rather pleasant and quiet episode. The calm before the storm, as the invasion of Italy looms in the distance, and our first battle is at hand. If you enjoyed today's episode, like and subscribe as always, especially we look forward to the next one. But I've been your host, Salty, and my co-host, Winston, and we will catch you all in the next one. Till then, peace out, everyone.